Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Wilkins. We're going to talk about Homie Part 2 for the bass. Okay, so I'm, for the most part, not going to really be using my metronome and putting on drone notes and everything. It's just assumed that you're going to do all that with the same material that I'm about to show you. Just do all of that other good practicing stuff so that you can check your notes and make sure you're speeding up metronomically so that you're drilling your dexterity in your hand. I might show a little bit of metronome here for one of them, but for the most part I'm just going to go through this so the video is not too terribly long. Alright, so the point of Homie Part 2 is that all of those patterns that we did in first position now can be applied anywhere on the bass. Obviously the bass is going to have fewer of them because you're thinking in half steps and whole steps. But we still want to think about a really good hand position on the bass, using that K position, making sure that my half step here is really wider than I think, and that this, I don't really have to think about the half step there, but this one always tends to be too small, and so we end up with micro half steps that the orchestra has to tune to, so we want to be really, really careful there. Okay, so Homie 2 on the bass. We're basically mirroring the upper strings. So you could do a couple of things, and I have this. You can go up into the, let me see, fourth position. I'm going to find A, and we're going to play that. By using, sorry, I'm just slipping here. Get on my rug. We're going to be using those open string G's to help us out. I'm still slipping. Oh boy. Okay, so I would make sure that I'm checking all those notes. And then, let's see, where was I? We're going to go now to A flat. So I'm going to go half step below. For East, it's the yellow tape, but just find A and go half step down. Okay, and that's the low 2 pattern that I have written out for the bass. Homie 2 high 3 is just going back to normal and using that fourth position. And it's again the same for Homie 2 high 4. So I didn't really change very much. You could make it interesting. I could see how doing maybe doing that, changing positions. Heck, I think I'm going to put that in there, okay? So that'll keep you interested just to make sure that you're finding and making sure you're adjusting, because this position down here is much smaller than up here. Ooh, I think I'm going to add that. Okay, so Homie low 2, high 3, the Spock one, I'm only going to have, let me see, I think I'm only going to have the bassist do eighth notes on this one. So you're going to find A flat. Yeah, and what we have to do is to get up to that B, which is going to involve a pivot, so do slowly. And a pivot is I'm going to just rock forward on my thumb, change my whole hand, and put that down without moving my thumb. Hopefully you can see that on the tape. Okay, and that is the bass pivot. So it's not really a shift. But it literally, you're just pivoting on that fulcrum of your thumb, so. And I'm sure maybe there's some bass teachers who might want to improve upon this. Feel free. But that was just my idea, to just try and get the basses pivoting. In an upper position, it's smaller up here, it's much harder back here. But let's do it slowly. Okay, and again, it's a work in progress on that one, but it's just some way for you to play the same notes that the orchestra's playing and practice pivoting in sort of a funky position. Half step Homie, we're gonna play all half steps between our notes. Just like the other instruments, and making sure that your half step between 1 and 2 is bigger than you think. Okay, and then the final one, which is really important for the bass, is Max's Magic. Now you did this on A. Okay, so now the extension, or the more advanced version, or the more challenging, is we're going to just bring it up a whole step and go to B, because the other instruments in the orchestra are going to start on their first finger. So you're going to have to pick this one out, tune to the other instruments when we can, or you just put a tuner on. And then we're going to find that B. Okay, and I'm even going to just double check. So here's B. Actually, I'm a little, sorry, flat. Yeah, I knew I was in the wrong place. And just come right there. I keep my thumb in the neck of the bass. Bring your bow closer to the bridge, because you're going to have a shorter string length, so you got to move that contact point down. And then make all your fingers smaller. And I'm sure that maybe there's some bass teachers who might do 1, 2, 3. I could even do that on my smaller bass with my hands. So you could do 1, 2, 4, or you could go into 1, 2, 3. That probably feels better. Okay, guys, enjoy using, this is some more upper level technique that I really feel is really important for the bass. So don't be afraid to just jump in. And if it sounds crazy, don't worry. You can only get better, so just keep going. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.